Everything's under control. Situation normal. Had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Negative. We had a reactor leak here now. Give us a few minutes to lock it down. Large leak, very dangerous. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are, issue 96. Let's just have a look, see what we got going on in this issue. The Republic Stealth Ship. This is from Clone Wars. It's pretty cool. And then we have Malachor, the Sith Temple World. And that is from Rebels. And then, of course, there was a little bit in, I believe, Malachor came, maybe not. Malachor may not have came into play in Rise of Skywalker. I'm not sure. But here we are. Here's our next set of parts. Let's just open these bad boys up. See what we got going on here. Bag is empty. All right. So we've got all kinds of plant-on details. Gonna need these two parts. Those are gonna go on top of the airlocks. And so yeah, we got that going for us. Set those off to the side. This looks like landing leg stuff. And I know this. This is obviously landing leg stuff. And I know this is for the rear section. And these are for the rear section. And look, we have more screws. All right, let's do a quick peruse. Okay, so looks like we're going to be working in the rear section. So we got that to do. We're going to be using all those parts, all of these parts in this issue. So let's just kind of look. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to mount these three. Then we've got these, looks like. These will get mounted in the corners. We have a total of 4, but I'm only seeing 2. Oh, then we have some here. All right, then we're going to be putting on some of these pipes. So when we get done, it's going to look like that. And then, so then we had these little screws here. If you recall from several issues ago, we had these. I think, and they're actually threaded. See if you can see that. Maybe not. So they're actually threaded, and it's an Allen wrench. But I think I'm going to see if I can't find an actual screw. Because with the thought of dismantling that and being able to remove it and everything, I don't want to rely on a plastic screw. So yeah, we'll be putting those parts on the airlocks, and then we have this pipe. This pipe is going to go down here on from the mandible. Which pipe? This pipe here goes from the mandible over. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that because if you recall, these are all magnetic, and I need to be able to take them off. So if I glue this in both spots, I won't be able to remove that. And I want to be able to remove it so that way I can lift the top off. So that's going to be very important to try to figure out. So let's see how far we're going to get in this issue. What I'm thinking I will probably do, I think I will probably get all of these parts mounted to the rear piece, and then what I'll do is I will paint these two pieces and this pipe, get those painted, and then we'll come back in the next issue. That'll give me enough time to try to source some of these screws, and because this is Thanksgiving week, so that's going to be a little bit difficult. So also, uh, it is Thanksgiving week, so there's going to be some time spent with family. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll do the obligatory normal stuff of cutting all these out, getting them cleaned up, and all of that. So let's get started with that. I just want to look at these pieces here when I cut them out. I just want to make sure that those get cut out all the way up to the edge there. So yeah, so they do. So just want to make sure before I actually cut them out before I do that. So I'm probably going to have to wash these in groups because it's going to be kind of hard to keep all of them straight. So I think I'll wash them in groups. Not that you care necessarily, but I'll get them washed, we get them dried, and then we'll proceed with the next steps. All right, see you guys back here in a little bit. Okay, so I have everything washed and dried. However, I am going to wipe this down with alcohol. Reason being, this is far too big to put into to go wash and then wait for it to dry or dry it manually. But I do want it to be clean. Same principles apply. I want it to be free of oils and all that kind of stuff. And the quickest, easiest way to do that is with alcohol. So we'll just give a bit of a rub down. I'm sure some of you are thinking, but Loco, aren't you going to be handling this with your hands? Correct, I am. And so there will be a chance of some oils to get on there, but I'm not going to sweat it too much at the moment. Okay, so all of the lugs are the same, or all of the exhaust ports are the same. One has a bigger lug and a smaller lug, and that's how they're going to go on. So we'll just give these all the test fit, and then we'll begin the gluing process. The nice thing is I don't have to know which one goes where. Down to the last 4 in this pack of micro brushes. And these pieces over here, these are the pieces that need to get painted. So they'll get painted. I'm just going to set those off to the side, and I'll paint those off camera so they'll be ready for the next episode. So you can tell these ones are a little bit different because this section here is not centered. It's a little offset, so you got to make sure you get them on the right side. All right, so this last one, I was worried that it was broken or something because it's not as long as this one. Everything else was symmetrical, but that one's not. So that was interesting. Kind of threw me off a little bit. I like that it's a little bit different. Shows how it was a bit customized. And you noticed that I had to reattach that one. It was a bit loose, but yeah. So that is all of the pieces. We added quite a bit of detail, as you can tell, especially up here because there's not a lot of detail. When we get down into here, there's already a lot of detail molded on. We're just going to be adding to that, and it's really going to add to it. These pipes and everything really add to it. What it'll do is make it a lot more challenging to paint this, just to make sure that I get the primer up underneath everything and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I really think that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. But that is going to be everything for this episode. In the next episode, as I mentioned, um, I'll get these painted, and I'll do that here in a moment off camera. But I'll get these painted, and we'll be able to get these affixed to where they need to go in the next episode. Also, um, I'll get these attached here, but I forgot to do the black markers, so we're going to do that on these ones in the next episode as well. And due to this getting attached, we're going to get the upper and lower put together and get all of these mounted, so we'll be able to start seeing it really start to come together. So yeah, we're going to do that in the next episode. Actually, I may not mount them together. I just thought of this because I want to keep them separated when I get ready to start doing all the extra weathering, all these different weathering details and stuff on the upper and lower part. It's just going to be a lot easier to do it that way. So I will keep them separate for a while, I guess. But we will get these put on there so we can get this lined up. I want to make sure that all these fit, so we'll be able to see how that goes, to include getting these mounted. So all that should be in the next episode. With that, I want to say happy Thanksgiving, everyone in the U.S. Anyone outside the U.S., have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and may the force be with you always.